I don't want her to rehearse any. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you some questions. You just respond however you want to respond. So, what is your name?
Cristine.
Your full name.
Cristine Locklear, Oxendine.
All right. And when were you born?
February the 2nd, 38.
1938. Okay. And in the order of kids, where was that at? You were the first, second, third child born?
I was the second to the second set of children.
Okay. And so who were your parents?
John and Emily Locklear.
Okay. And what community did you grow up in?
Robertson County.
All right. Who? Well, in what community in Robertson County?
Prospect.
Prospect community. Okay. Just want to make sure we had that. And then who were your grandparents?
Patrick Locklear.
And
Cleveland Locklear.
And that was on mom and dad's side.
Daddy's was Cleveland and Mama was Patrick.
Okay. And who were the two on each side? Who was the mom and dad on each side? Who? So
Patrick.
John's mom and dad were who?
Cleveland and Nancy.
Okay. And then Emily's mom and dad were
Patrick and Rosie,
and they were Locklears both. Okay, gotcha. And what church did you grow up going to?
Preston Gospel Chapel.
Okay. And tell me about what your memories of Preston were. You went to the old cinder block building, right?
Duga Hill.
Oh, so you went all the way up in the old church, all the way up on
Duga Hill.
Okay. And what are your memories? Was that a one room?
What? Yes, sir. One
building?
room.
And what kind of heating and cooling? Probably no
Wood.
cooling, but there was a wood stove in there?
Wood heater.
Yeah, just a wood heater in there. And how many folks, like on a Sunday morning, how many people would you have there?
Maybe about 75.
Okay. And just a single service? Was there Sunday school or anything like that? Or I mean, it's just a single room, so I'm just wondering what kind of service you had.
Just one service
just
preacher,
one service,
Sunday school all together.
Right, yeah. And so you went there from till how old were you when you moved? You were also going when you went to the new building, the new cinder block building, right? How old were you when y'all went to the cinder block building? Would you say?
I was a teenager then. I don't
Okay.
know the exact age, but I was a teenager at that
so
time.
you for at least the first 10 or 15 years.
Yeah,
You went to the old
13,
building.
14. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe older.
Who were some of the folks that preached during that time? Who were the preachers you listened to?
Venus Brooks.
Venus Brooks. Okay. Was he sort of the main?
He was our main.
And then John, granddaddy John, your daddy John spoke some too.
No,
No,
not at that time. Venus was the only one at that time.
Venus was the only one that spoke. Okay. So was he the full-time
Yes, sir.
minister for that church?
Yes, sir.
But now he was in Pembroke. Did he pastor there too, or did he preach?
Yes, he was a pastor at a gospel chapel in Pembroke.
Okay. And then, okay. So, and then tell me about high school and then on through what you did after high school. So you finished high school and then did you do school or college, or did you go right to work, or tell me about that?
I finished high school in '57.
Okay.
I left high school and I went to college for maybe about a month, and it just didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I went to Pembroke State and worked in the cafeteria about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I left there and went to Converse and worked there for 33 years.
Okay, so you're a Converse employee. So a lot of people don't know that as far as the history of Robertson County goes, there were a lot of people at that time. Did you have an idea how many people did Converse employ
At that
in
time,
Robertson County?
there was
Thousands?
about 2,000 or maybe 28 at that time.
Okay, and what did you do at, what kind of work did you do at Converse?
I worked in packing department. I made sure when a shoe was made and got to me, I inspected that shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And it got packed out in different jobs.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you worked 8-hour shifts there?
8 hour.
Now, was there 24-hour shifts going on at that plant?
Yes.
Okay. Were you on the normal, the daytime shift, I guess, or what? Or you worked all different shifts?
I worked all shifts before I retired.
Mm-hmm. And that was Converse was considered a pretty good job?
Yes.
At the time?
At that time.
Yeah. Did you have, I guess you had a retirement and benefits
I had a
and pension
retirement
and all that with them?
from Converse.
Yeah. So you retired from Converse when? 80 something?
88, I think. Was.
Okay. And then, and it shut down not long after that. What was you recall the history?
Year when I made it about 62, I think. I won't say what year, but I know I got out of the plant before it shut down because I had turned 62.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me what your memories are of hog killings. How often would y'all kill hogs, and would you help out any?
Every year, once a year, about around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We would kill hogs anywhere from about 13 to 14 hogs.
Oh wow! Now was that just for y'all, or y'all killing?
Oh, that was for the whole community.
Okay. Was it just our family, y'all's family was doing it, or did you have other people come
well,
in and help?
it was mainly the hogs just for our family, but there was all the family that pitched in to help.
Yeah. And then would y'all sell the meat or trade some of the meat for other stuff?
No,
it was all just
we had
y'all?
11 head of children. We had to eat some kind of way.
Right. And tell me about that. Was that a multi-day? Could you do it all in a single day, or was that take 2 or 3 days, or what was that?
Hog kit one day.
So you could do it all in one
you did
day?
it on one day. 4 o'clock in the morning till got cleaned up maybe about 4:30 or something like that.
So it was a long day.
Yes.
And what kind of job would you? I guess there were many jobs. There were many things going on during that process. What are some of the jobs that you remember doing?
Making sure water. I pumped a many 5-gallon bucket of water to put in the vat to keep up, clean the hog.
So y'all had a hand pump.
That's right.
And you would pump the water out that way, and then so you had a fire going, and you'd have a big pot over that fire, and then that was used for what? You would dip the hog skin in that to remove the hair or the fur.
Yes.
Okay.
After we took them out of that, they'd hang them on a pole. Maybe about 10 to 12 hogs.
Right. Okay.
Cook the goods up.
Yeah. What's your memory of muscadine grapes growing up? Did y'all always have grapevines, and you were eating the fruit?
We didn't have that kind of stuff. We just ate them. We never didn't pop any. We just ate them.
You just ate them, right? Yeah. Now, I was told that the bread and wine service at Preston, that Grandma Emily made muscadine wine.
Yes, she did.
For that service.
Yes, she did.
Did you recall how that started, or why didn't y'all buy wine versus having her make wine, or what do you remember?
I just remember that Mama took it within herself. Someone needed to do it, and they wanted a door to do it, and Mama was very sacred with it. No one touched that. It was so, you didn't touch the bread, the wine, anything of that. My mother did that.
Okay. And so would she make one big batch like for an entire year, or she was sort of constantly?
No, just like maybe a week or so like that.
Okay, yeah. Okay. What else would you like to tell me about? Just what are your memories of Robinson County, growing up here, growing up on the Long Swamp? What's something that you'd like to share or tell?
What I like about the Long Swamp area, the Prosper community, we all learned who Jesus was.
Okay.
And we all went to church. You went to church. If you were sick, you better be so sick you had to went to the doctor. We was in that church whether you wanted to know it or not. And you better learn John 3:16.
Okay. And say John 3:16 and see if you know it still.
For God so loved the world that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life.
Okay. Good.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, that's good.